Hey guys, so I'm back with Mind Pump TV. It's Sonny Webster here, ex-Team GB Olympic weightlifter, and today I want to be discussing with you the transitional phase of the Olympic lift, the snatch, that's commonly referred to as triple extension. Now in my mind, triple extension can be so confusing to kind of understand what the hell is meant by that, so I've got a different sort of technique that I want to take you guys through that's going to help you work out how to get the bar from waist height into your receiving position. So in our previous video, we discussed setting up to the bar and then getting the bar to waist height and thinking about jumping. So I want to recap some of the key points of that we went over, but this time we're going to be starting the bar at waist height. So what you're going to be doing is you're picking the bar up to waist height, make sure your grip is even, and of course, like the last video I mentioned, make sure we're using hook grip. Now in this position, what's really important is you focus on pulling the shoulder blades back and down. And the point in which that bar should be contacting the body now should be just above your willy or just below your pubic bone there, okay? So from here, we've got our feet set in our same start position as we have from the floor, and we're gonna pull shoulder blades back and down. Now to get the bar to mid-thigh from here, all we're gonna be thinking about doing is bending the knee to the bars at mid-thigh, and jumping, and you'll hear the legs striking the bar there. And then we're gonna be practicing this, lowering now all the way down to mid-shin, again, keeping the discipline to mid-thigh, and then jumping again. Okay, so we're training the body to use the legs to strike up. Now, don't worry about the traps rising up or anything like that, or bending the arms, just let them hang loose. So that all we're focusing on, like I said, from here, is pushing with the legs and jumping. So now that we've got you using your legs from the floor and jumping through the middle, I want to teach you now what the sensation should feel like as the bar's traveling from here to overhead. Now I either focus on thinking about picking the t-shirt up as I jump on the way through so the bar stays close to the body, or keeping my elbows higher than hands through the middle. Now a nice easy drill that you can do to help you get used to this sensation feeling is grab yourself a PVC pipe and stand against facing the wall. From here, you're gonna pull the shoulder blades back and down, and we're gonna focus on keeping the backs of our hands pointing at the wall the whole way through the lift until we get to elbow height. From here, we're gonna turn through into our receiving position and go into that overhead position that we were in earlier when we were doing the overhead squat or the snatch balance. Every time you do these reps, make sure when you're turning back over and you're going down, you're mimicking the same position as what you did earlier. So the bar's staying as close as possible before turning through into our receiving position. Once you're competent with this, we can then transition back to the bar, and I'll take you through the next step. So now we've been through how to jump and use the legs through the middle phase of the lift, as well as the tracking of the bar through the middle into the receiving position. I'm gonna teach you a drill now to put this together with the actual bar. So you're gonna pick your bar up, so you're at waist height with your bar, and just to begin with, we're gonna start off with by lowering the bar to mid-thigh and jumping, and then on our second rep, what we're gonna be doing is lowering the bar to mid-thigh, jump, and we're gonna catch the bar overhead. Just thinking about the tracking of the bar that we did against the wall with the PVC pipe. So elbows staying higher than hands, and feet landing at the same time the bar is caught overhead. And as you'll see here, my feet have moved out, my knees are bent, and the bar is overhead in the same way as it was when we were doing the overhead squat. So from here, again, lowering to mid-thigh, one jump, and catch. You don't want to rush that phase. You can see I'm letting the bar take its time to float up before I receive it overhead. Common mistake that you'll see is people will go like this and want to try and get underneath the bar before they've hit full extension. So you have to give the bar a chance to actually float up, keeping the elbows high before you receive it overhead. Once you're happy with doing this from mid-thigh, what I want you to do is the exact same drill, but now we're lowering down all the way to mid-shin, coming back past the knee and jump, and then going again. Hold solid in this position before straightening out with the legs. So once you're comfortable going through that drill of practicing from mid-shin, one jump and catch, which is how I like to think about it, there's no real necessity to load up with weight on this. More what I want you to be focusing about is the timing of the catch and letting the bar float through the middle. You don't need to think about accelerating until you get to mid-thigh. Then the only thing that changes once you do add weight in the full lift is the effort that you put in from here to here. Now, obviously, a lot of people will be thinking, Sonny, but what about triple extension? Am I shrugging? Am I pulling with the arms? I don't tend to teach that or focus on any of these things that are happening because these are small and inadequate muscles compared to the legs and the glutes, which is what I want firing. If this happens before the legs straighten out, all the weight remains in the upper body and it makes it very difficult for us to maximize the leg strength throughout the lift. So let's forget about this bit and just focus on the legs and then thinking about the catch position. So I hope you enjoyed this video on the triple extension or my approach to the transitional phase of the Olympic lift. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe and make sure you're signed up to the next video that's going to be on putting this all together.